How's she going, my son? And welcome to Civilization 5. I, kind of just want to play this game and do it on the channel, so here we go. Gonna be playing one of my favorite nations, civilizations, peoples. If I can find them in the list, here we go. Kamahameha. Polynesia has the ability wayfinding. Can immediately embark and travel over oceans with their land units, which is kind of huge. +1 sight when embarked is also good. And the combat bonus near MOAs is neat, mostly because I cover my coastline with these things. Okay, don't want to be on Sandstorm. We're going to be on continents. Simple map. 2 big land masses. Everyone is divvied up usually pretty evenly between the 2 of them. 12 people game. I'm going to set some specific leaders. I'm going to, like, for every leader I like, I'm going to put a leader in I don't like, so the game is interesting. So I like Morocco. He's pretty chill. Abhed Al-Mansur is pretty chill. Who's someone I don't like? He is such a bad neighbor. He will set up shop right on your front lawn. It is very annoying. Very annoying. Okay, who's another one I like? I likes me some Genghis Khan. If anyone of you have been following my Twitter, you know that Genghis Khan is oddly agreeable in this game, which is kind of hilarious. So I always try to put him in games. So who's someone I don't like then I could put to counterbalance it? Not the biggest fan of... No. Well, the thing is, a lot of the leaders get very petty later in the game, so I kind of start not liking all of them. Oh well, the Zulus are definitely one I don't like. Super aggressive, warmongery type nation, and their special unit is kind of bullshit because they're equivalent to pikemen, which is a medieval era unit, yet they remain relevant up until like the industrial era because they have a bonus against gunpowder units. So you need to be riflemen instead of musketmen to beat them, which is so dumb. Like, it's historically accurate, but it's still dumb in a gameplay. In a gameplay sense. Yeah, put in Gandhi. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Oh no, Gandhi's gonna make nukes and blow you to Kingdom Come. He only uses nukes if you fight him. And if he has uranium. Although, I noticed the computer tends to... I think the developers are in on the meme, and, put Gandhi near uranium whenever he is the computer. Who's another one I don't like? Or someone who's been aggressively annoying to me? Yeah, the Ottoman Empire. They're usually pretty aggressive and annoying. I'm trying to keep it relatively even in terms of who I like and who I don't. Okay, well, Carthage is one I don't like because she's backstabs you like crazy. Don't trust her lies. Seriously. Sweden. Everybody's second best friend. Because, like, his whole gimmick is that if you're friends with him, he and you get a bonus on Great People Generation, which is pretty good. Arabia is good because they make more luxuries. I was playing Arabia on my own time, and I love the Bazaar's luxury cloning ability. It's so good. So, you know, they always have a copy left to play with. Okay, I like Portugal, so one more civ I don't like, or is very mean. There we go, Attila the Hun. Perfect. Okay, so Ancient Era start. I don't like starting later. World Age. I believe 5 billion years makes it smoother, like there's less hills, which is good. Temperate is fine, rainfall is fine, sea level is fine. I like abundant resources because I feel like there isn't enough in the game if you have it on the normal settings. And I like being able to do stuff. Alright, so we're all set up here. Bam. I'll let the narrator do his thing here.
Blessings be upon you, Kamahameha the Great, chosen by the heavens to unite your scattered peoples. Oh, mighty king, you were the first to bring the big island of Hawaii under one solitary rule in 1791 AD. This was followed with the merging of all the remaining islands under your standards in 1810. As the first king of Hawaii, you standardized the legal and taxation systems and instituted the Mamalohi Kanawai, an edict protecting civilians in times of war. You ensured the continued unification and sovereignty of the islands by your strong laws and deeds, even after your death in 1819. O wise and exalted king, your people wish for a kingdom of their own once more, and require a leader of unparalleled greatness. Will you answer their call and don the mantle of the Lion of the Pacific? Will you build a kingdom that stands the test of time?
The Lion of the Pacific. I love that title. Anyway. Ooh, yes, bye. This is quite the spot. Now, normally I would do a little bit of scouting. Like, I still try to settle on turn 1. I would do, like, a little bit of look around with the, whatever my first unit is. It's a Maui warrior in case for the, Polynesians. But, yeah, I think we're pretty good setting up shop right here. Bam. Honolulu. Alright, so. Inevitable question. What is the turn 1 build? Now, the turn 1 research for me is always pottery. Because writing comes from pottery, because once people have long-term food solutions, they can start thinking big thoughts instead of worrying about where's dinner coming next tomorrow. So, I usually prefer to do that. But first build, it kind of depends. I've got a couple of tiles I could work. Oh, but I don't have the I don't have the skills for these yet. So, actually, you know what? Go big on the scouting with Polynesia, I think, is the best idea. Go big on the scouting. Get the lay of the land, and specifically the lay of the coast, because you want all the coast real estate. Because what I want to do is I want to win with Polynesia with tourism, or / culture, and primarily through the giant heads they can make, the Maui statues, the Easter Island heads. One of the few improvements you can make on a tile that directly gives you culture, which is kind of amazing. Plus, the only requirement for building them is that they're on a coastline. So that's why I try to claim all the good coastline real estate. And have as much space between my cities as possible on the coastline so that all the tiles in between them are giant heads. It actually works really well. Plus, you get all the social policies later. You know, the purple points up here. Which is just amazing. Like, I literally hit a point in one game where I was playing Polynesia where I'm like, I have so many social policies I could be buying, I don't need any more. Like, I'm starting to buy into the social policies that help the gameplay strategy I'm not using. You know, so that's always a good situation to be in. You know, that's a quality problem. Now, it's kind of interesting playing, or at least playing Polynesia the way I do, because I kind of don't care about the inland land as much. Because I can't reach it from the shore. Oh, hello. We seek peace with all. Yep. That's some awful peaceful setup you got going on there, Mr. Big freaking sword and building on fire behind you perpetually. Pretty sure we don't have any... Nah, we don't have the ability to swap anything yet, so... Goodbye. How did I run into him already? Ah. Yeah, the computer uses their warrior to just auto-scout, like, from turn 1, which isn't a bad idea, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. Because I don't like... because I don't like the idea of... being caught with my pants down when barbarians eventually start showing up. Oh, hello. A lot of copper around here. Definitely a possibility for a religion based around the Earth Mother pantheon. Which is... Normally I I call it the Way of Sodium because it's always based around salt. But, got gold from that, so yay. But since it's copper, it works too. Because Earth Mother works off copper, iron, or salt. I mean, salt's what you want to get it off of, because salt is probably one of the best luxuries in the game. In terms of what it does to the tile it's on when you work it. But, you know, Earth Mother works with a couple of things. I don't have any of the other, like, really good Pantheon setups. Like, you know, no Desert Folklore, obviously, because I'm not on a desert. No Dance of the Aurora, although I'm not a big fan of that one. Just because Tundra tiles suck. There's almost nothing you can build on them. It's so annoying. Unless it's, like, a very specific setup. Because at least with deserts, there's potential. With Tundra, there's just nothing. Canadian complaining about the Tundra. Seems legit. I'm not gonna bother fighting you. Worry about you later. Now, I apologize if you hear my computer at all. Civilization 5 makes the engine run a little harder. I guess in the fan or the CPU or whatever. I'm not, as much as I love computers, I'm not a big expert on them. So, you know. You might hear something in the background. I'll try to dumb it down if I can in the future. Although this microphone's pretty good. It usually only picks up what's immediately in front of it. You know, which is me. Hopefully. Early turns are a little slow. But I do enjoy starting in the ancient era. Ooh, hello. Just because, I find the computer gets too much of an advantage if you start later. Like, particularly if you're on a difficulty higher than Prince. I'm just on Prince myself, because, I don't know, I don't see the point. I'll do it for the achievements at some point, but I don't see the point in playing when I'm just playing for fun, playing on the super high difficulties that are where the computer is basically cheating. Because it's what happens. So the computer is basically cheating. Okay, this takes 8 turns to build. It makes my culture go up to 3. 8. It'll pretty much make me get the social policy like a couple turns sooner, so yeah. I don't have a need for a worker yet, because I can't really do anything with the ground I'm standing on. Yeah, I think we're decent for now. So we can nick this without getting killed. Yoink. Oh, sweet. Never mind that social policy in a couple turns thing. Bam. Now I'm going for the early religion play. This is a bit different for me because I normally go for tradition as like my first thing, like always. But I want to go early religion because I want to get the Reformation belief. This one down here that causes buildings purchased with faith.
Say to him that fashioneth it, what makest
thou? Causes buildings purchased with faith, so like mosques, monasteries, cathedrals, so on and so forth, to give tourism directly. Like they're worth 2 tourism each. And then the other things in the religion are to have 2 of these buildings to buy, and then you just kind of, you win that way. Plus it helps because I'm going to make a lot of cities, and they're all going to have these things in them, and they're all going to have the giant heads, and, stuff like that. Okay, so writing next. Now, since we actually just got the religion thing for free, we're going to switch to the shrine for our building. Want to get that religion going as soon as possible. We're not Boudica. We have to build a shrine. And Boudica basically gets a Pantheon on turn 5. It's so dumb. I mean, it's awesome, but it's also dumb. Because it's like, you're playing a random game with like all random leaders, all of a sudden you see a Pantheon message pop up on turn 5, you're like, oh great, there's a Boudica in the game. She's gonna get all the good religion things. Which sucks. Although she tends to pick really strange things sometimes. Like, she'll pick the ones where you're rewarded for, like, spreading your religion aggressively and stuff, which, I mean, is okay, but, like, it's not what I'd go for. And then it kind of sucks because she likes to aggressively spread her religion, and then she gives you her shitty religion, and you're just like, no, go away. We don't want any. You gotta set up Inquisitors in all your bloody cities. Oh, hello. I kind of like this whole, like, ocean on either side of me situation I've got going on here. Okay, so the city's thing is like that. So we'd probably want another city, like, here? There'll be overlap with the cities workable area, but it's still pretty alright. Because, you know, a city can only work tiles within 3 spaces of it, but it can grow to be as much as 5 spaces within it over time. So, you know, you gotta plan accordingly. Particularly if you don't want cities to take up each other's spots, because a tile can only be worked by one city at a time. So, you know, I'm trying to get as much value out of my real estate as possible. Just get as much bang for my buck. My buck being a settler, as the case may be.
So
Sweet.
just to number our days, so that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom.
I love finding the free technology. That is always huge. It's often one of the reasons why the computer appears to have a technology lead on you really early in the game, is because they've just been dirtling around finding the ancient ruins and getting all the ancient era tech for free. I've played this game a lot, so I've kind of noticed that the computer tends to just get every technology instead of focusing on a specific, like, strategy or whatever. Should I get a worker at this point? What can I do? You know what? No. Fast track the religion. I need social policy. I need more culture. That's what I need. I'm not digging this coastline so far, though. I mean, look at this nonsense. It's full of swamp. Ugh. What do I look like, William of Orange? As much as I'd love to be in this particular spot, because holy damn. Polder, 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 polder. Very good tile improvement. Oh, hello, Sweden.
Främling, välkommen till Snökonungens rike. Jag är Gustav Adolf, medlem av den aktade Vasaätten.
Now, I've apparently heard that they have the beard wrong for this particular gentleman, Gustavus Adolphus. He wore a different beard. No, we don't have writing yet. Well, nice to meet you, dude. Hope to be friends with you and mooch off your ability later. I mean, he kind of gets more out of that ability than anyone else because, you know, the most you can get out of Sweden's a Nobel Prize ability if you're not Sweden is a 10% bonus to your Great People Generation. When you are Sweden, you can get as much as 110% if you're friends with literally every other player in the game. So that's kind of insane. Although, of course, good luck keeping a relationship with everybody that easily. Since, you know, people start making enemies of each other, and then they don't like you being friends with their enemies, and yada yada yada. It all gets very complicated. Oh, another one of these. Hopefully it can be... hopefully you can get the religion one, actually. The one that gives you just a big lump of faith. Because that's always a good thing to find, too. Hello, Panama City. How you doing? You're kind of in a... Well, actually, I wouldn't call you a good spot for... Although, I don't know. I'll have to look around. You might be in a good spot for giant head building, so I might have to actually take you over later. I don't know. Like, you have to think ahead in this game, but you have to be careful not to think too far ahead. Because if you start thinking too far ahead, you stop forgetting about your current problems, and then you get in trouble. Okay, so now I have Archer Scouts. Yay. Archer Scouts are good. Okay, well, you guys can just chill here for now. You're going to be needed to guard the warrior, or not the warrior, guard the worker. Wrong W word, once I build one. I'm going to try to keep these 20 minutes, so we're going to be done here in a bit. Just pop you in here for now. Oh, if you're wondering, these are exclusive to Polynesia. They replaced the basic warrior, which is like the very first combat unit. The only difference between them and the regular warriors is that they have the Haka war dance. Basically, these guys are cannibals, and they dance in front of people that are, you know, good. They look like good eating, and it scares the crap out of them, so they have less power in combat. Oh, Hero! I have found Mount Fuji. Don't know if I can exploit that much. As much as I'd love to. I mean, it's good to find the natural wonders anyway, because you get happiness for your empire that is global. You know, you just get global happiness for your empire when you find them anyway, so it's worth doing. But, you know, I don't think I can... what am I trying to say? Circumvent my own strategy that much just to get Mount Fuji. It's not like it's not worth it. Boop. Jump in the boat. Oh, geez, another one. Got a good idea of the shape of our land so far. Haven't gotten to a point where we settled anything, or done much of anything, really. But, you know, we're getting the lay of the land. And that's important. Because if I just stayed in my base and just, like, built workers and warriors and stuff and only really explored immediately around me, I wouldn't know where all this cool stuff was. You know, like all these extra things I could be building, all these extra places I could be settling to build lots of giant heads, you know, that sort of thing. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Twitter, Tumblr, and subscription are in the description as usual. Sid Meier's Civilization 5. A very fun game, one of my favorite time wasters, and one I hope you guys will enjoy watching, even though it is a much slower play game than a lot of popular YouTube content. But you know, it's a game I like playing, and I hope my enjoyment of it will reflect on your enjoyment of my playthrough of it. Plus, once we get into some of the really later grindy turns, I might start doing like skips ahead and whatnot. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and ciao for now.